Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something that came in from Kaviso. This is something I found during Black Friday, so let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Today I'm opening up with my We Knives Ray Laconico Evoke. Pretty cool little knife here. Front flipper works really nicely, and with the thumb studs as well. Action is beautiful. Alright, let's see, do we have, we don't have any, I'll make sure there weren't any receipts. I'm not. So we are good. Get to the Kaviso Band-Aid, which is typical. And so this is a We Knives, made better. All right, so this is the Praxis Gray Titanium Greystone Washed S35VN blade. So let's take a look at this. Sometimes these are they get a little annoying to get off. There we go. Okay, so typical swag, some nice stickers, the We Knife, the cloth. I always like those. Got a nice little case here, and let's take a look. Nice little bag. We'll take that out. We'll put all that off to the side over here, and here is the Praxis. Let's wipe that down. It's got a little bit of oil on there. So I know this started off as a Civivi, I believe, and then Kaviso did a collab to make this knife. So here we go. Gray titanium is kind of like a stone wash. Almost looks like an acid wash, sort of. This is titanium, just so you know. Titanium clip, titanium all the way around. Got T8s all the way around, except for the clip. I think the clip is T6, but all these are T8s. Really nicely done. It's got a nice flipper with nice jimping, thumb studs. Got some action or access to the flat grind right there, so that's going to be pretty cool. It does have a lanyard hold, not prioritized. I mean, it's kind of a little bit, but not terrible. Still relatively deep carry, which is nice. Could be a little deeper, but you know, it does have a back spacer for that lanyard, but it's nice and rounded, so no sharp edges, which is really nice. I like that. Kind of a flat thumb studs, which is cool, so they don't stick out too much. It's a pretty thin knife, as you can see. Yeah, it's not super thick, so it's kind of along the same width as the Evoke, which is a pretty thin knife as well. So there we go. So let's go ahead and give it a flip and see how this works. Not bad. It's nice, almost full flat grind. It's got a beautiful swedge on top, so it's a flat grind all the way up to the swedge, which is really nice. And I like the swedge because it makes it a real nice workhorse. Almost has that look of a Farron Forge a little bit, but not really. So there you go. Got a nice grip on here. I've got large hands, so I've got plenty of room over here. So large, extra large hands. A double extra large should have no problem. You have a finger choil. It is a usable finger choil. I mean, if you've got really meaty fingers, it's going to be a little tight. This is sort of a, I think more of a, like a, you know, pinch grip kind of sort of finger choil. You could trigger pull it if you had to. The thumb stud is out of the cutting path, so that's nice. It is a frame lock. Let's see, what's that lockup? That lockup looks like we're a good 50%. All right. So it does have an over travel stop steel bar insert, so that means it's steel on steel. It's not titanium. You don't have to worry about carbonization. This is a bent clip. It's not a milled clip necessarily, but it is titanium, so it has some flexibility. I do like that. You could probably find a replacement clip if you wanted to. It has a nice little cutaway, good access, some jimping on here, so that's really nice. Everything's rounded all around the corners everywhere. I do like that. It's got some jimping up on top here for good presentation. So I do a squeeze test. None of that is sharp, digging in anywhere. Yeah, and if I choke up here, we're fine. Left-handed, let's see. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's see what this action's like closing. Not bad. Let's try the thumb studs. Nice reverse flick. Let's do the front flick. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably be putting skiffs on this one. Let's see how can we do a reverse flick over here. So it does flip like that. Let's do that. Okay. Can I, with the help of the lock, can we get a little reverse flick? This one's going to be a little tight. All right, so the detent is pretty strong. This is definitely going to be something like, you know, Kevin from Left EDC. He'll love this detent. It'll be nice and strong. It's not the weakest detent. It is a little gritty, which is typical for the track. Let's see, how's that centering? Yeah, it's dead nut centering, so that's nice. Action's pretty good. It's got a nice detent for the flipper for sure, but when you do the thumb studs, it's not quite there. Let's see, can we do the middle finger flick? We can absolutely do middle finger flick. We got enough traction on there. Now, can I do the reverse? The problem is going to be, yeah, so the problem is going to be, getting my hand on that and getting enough traction to get in there. So yeah, so if we tune that detent a little bit, because it's pretty strong for the thumb studs, I can feel that. So as I get in there, it's a strong detent. It's a pretty stout detent for the flipper too. You can definitely feel that. So this one I would call on the heavy side. I would say it's strong, so that means it's probably normal to medium for someone like Heavy or Kevin from Left EDC, or anybody who likes really strong detents. They would probably find this not light, not mild, probably medium to medium heavy. I find this very heavy, so it's pretty strong. It's not crazy strong. I mean, I've had a QSP when they first came out with their button locks. I think it was more of an engineering issue. It ripped my skin on my thumb really badly because it was so strong. But I think that was a manufacturing issue more than anything. I do like that. It's a nice thin blade. You can see that. No sharp edges on the top. It's not super thick and robust. So it's a nice slicer blade. Comes to a nice thin edge. Nice sharp. Let's look at that edge. Is it even all the way across? Yeah, it is even all the way across. On the tip, it's pretty even as well. Yeah, nice and even on both sides. I like the axis to the frame lock. That's really nice. The flipper is really nice. Yeah, it's really nicely chamfered, rounded all the way around. So you've got the chamfering here, which is a really wide angle chamfering, but then it's rounded. There's no sharp edges. Even this is not sharp, so it doesn't dig into you, which is really nice. It does have that little duckbill thing. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish it would just kind of come up just gently, but that's okay. I mean, I can live with that. It's not terrible. So there you go. Yeah, pretty cool little knife. Not bad at all. I do like it. It does run on Skiff washers for sure. We've got a blade stop pin right there. Pretty nice on the tang of the blade right there. The flipper, pretty good axis. I do like the backstop here, or the backspacer is really nice, and I do like it's rounded. Giant Mouse had an issue with very sharp edges, and it always dug into my hand. I didn't care for that. Ruined most of my experiences with their Giant Mouse knives, so I've returned or sold anything I've ever owned. And I kind of given up on them because when they dig in right here, it just gives me a blister after a while. And it's just something about rounding. You can still have a corner, but just round it. Don't make it, painful. That's just my big thing. There's a lot to be said about ergonomics. Now, if you mean for this knife to be a, wear gloves, outside, hard work kind of knife, then you are limiting your market. Your target is very limited to what you're going to go to, and that's fine. If that's what you want, just realize your sales will be limited to that. But if you do little touches, little ergonomic things, I think it can really open up the door, I think, for a lot more people to be part of it. So I think that's cool. Yeah, so I'm digging this. I thought this was everything it was. It was a really great deal for Black Friday, and I just felt like, definitely should do this. And so I did. All right. So I like the size a lot. And I like the fact that I can, oops, I'm going to get in there. Yeah, so that detent is really strong. We're gonna have another video where we're gonna tune this puppy for sure. Now, if you're not into tuning, I know some people, have looked at those videos and what's the point? It's boring. Yeah, if you don't work on your own knives, then it's not for you, right? Skip that video. But there's a lot of us who like to put Skiff washers. We like to tune our detent. We like to take the knife apart, see what's inside, look at the washers, see where washers fit. Like to see how easy it is, how well it goes back together. Does it, those are important things for a lot of us. And I like to do that to show people because I like to take my knives apart and clean them. So for me, that's important, and I'm happy to do that if it helps somebody else. Your blade to handle ratio is really nice, by the way. That's really cool. And let's see here. You can see the, where is it? Oh, there it is, S35VN. Can we see that? All right, so you see that right there? Yeah, that's not bad. Looks like this T8's all the way there as well. That's really cool. I am impressed with that jimping there. That's a nice touch. So I know this is a Kaviso collab, and Kaviso did a really good job. If they picked all these aesthetics, I just want to say that's a banger of a job. Yeah, definitely. I can use this. I just got to be careful not to get too much of my meat on my finger in there, but I can absolutely use this for a knife. I love the thin edge. Definitely going to be great for cutting dog food, cat food, litter, bird feed mulch, cases of water. Yeah. When I say that, it makes me think of one guy who posted, he goes, man, with all the mulch and fertilizer that Robert's cut with his knife, man, his yard must be like a, Jumanji kind of jungle going on in his yard. No, I mean, those are just examples of what I do when I have a knife that I use, right? There's things that I will every day kind of use that I think are perfectly fine, right? Am I going to go chop wood and break branches with this one? Probably not. I would use a fixed blade or an axe, but this is definitely it feels like a really good user knife. It's got a nice aesthetic to it. Yeah, if you like the gray, which I do like that. I don't like the black PVD because typically their 20 CV tends to be a heat treated just a little, not as well. It drops about 1 or 2 points. So they're like HRC 5960, whereas it's 6061. I believe if you have the 20 CV without any kind of coating or anodization or PVD or DLC on there. So that's nice. Yeah, I do like that. So let's go ahead and listen to that detent. Yeah, ready to listen? Nice clicky. No detent lash. No blade plates, and they're nice and solid. Any pivot lash? No, it's in there really well. All right. So we do have a detent in there that's really great. All right. So there's some nice milling on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. Let me open that up a little bit. You can see some great milling for weight relief. So this knife is relatively light. It's not super heavy. That is really, really cool. I do like that. That's kind of nice. Captive pivot. You can see that on the other side there. And I think that's just really outstanding. Yeah, I like the full flat grind. Beautiful finger choil that can also be a sharpening choil, so you got plenty of sharpenings with this. It's a relatively good edge for such a thin blade. So like if I do strop on my stropping here, it's going to be a pretty low angle, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it feels like it's probably about a 20 degrees, maybe 18 to 20 degrees. That's what it feels like. Yeah, it feels about 18 to 20 degrees. Let's see, yeah. So I like to strop my knives. I mean, they come in pretty sharp, and that is pretty sharp. But if I strop this for, I don't know, maybe a week or so, I can get it to crazy sharp, and I like crazy sharp. I like to be able to whittle a hair or drop a hair on there and let it kind of fall apart as it goes on there. You can always feel that nice sharp edge, and then you can always find out how sharp it is how much it cuts the hair off your arm. That's why I have a bald spot here and none here. So just, that's how I check. Yeah, so I like that. It's about 20 degrees. It feels pretty smooth. So let's feel that edge. Yeah. Nice and smooth all the way across. I like the tip. All that's really nice. This Kate ceramic bearings, and I will be putting some of those in another video. We'll do that. Tune the detent just a little bit. I think that's going to be really stellar. Yeah. So it's a nice size. Like I said, it's a nice size. Definitely extra large, double extra large hands would have no problems with this. My large hands, I've got meaty fingers, so I probably am around an extra large width-wise just because of my meaty fingers. So really comfortable. I'm digging it a lot. So definitely worth a consideration if you haven't already. Check this out. This is the We Knives Praxis. This is the We version. That's a collab with Kaviso. Definitely check them out if you haven't. There'll be a link down in the description for sure. We'll do a full review of this knife, obviously, after we're done here. But man, I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. So definitely worth checking out. I think it's a big bang for your buck. Now, it would be nice to have a little different clip, maybe a full milled clip, because everything else is so nicely done. That's the only thing I would have as my one gripe. But it's not bad. It's very functional. It is titanium. I do really appreciate that very much. It's got a nice little speed holes in there, so a nice aesthetic to it. I think that's really cool. It is right-hand tip-up only. It's not for lefties, unless you do lefties, your back pocket. So that'll work well there. So you can see the action's not bad. It's going to be breaking in, I think, for sure. As we break this in, we'll put a little oil in there, but I'm definitely going to be switching out the washers, putting in skiffs for sure on this one. That'll be fun. And then we'll also, like I said, tune that detent because it's pretty robust. I mean, it's not bad. I could deal with it as a flipper, but I can tell you as a thumb stud, I can feel it digging in. It's pretty strong. So some people who really like strong detents, like I've already said, you're going to like this. You're really going to like it. You're not going to want to do anything. But if you are like a medium detent, like me, and you like to be able to use your thumb studs and reverse flick it, and then even maybe get in here and see, I'm having a hard time getting in there. Yeah, using the middle finger reverse flick, you might want to tune that a little bit. That's up to you, of course. You do with what you want to do with your knife. It's your call. But Very cool knife. So let's go ahead and get a little close-up. Look at this. I don't think we've had a nice look at that. Let's look at that big, nice flat grind blade all the way up to the swedge, which is really nice. Let's look at those nice handles, beautiful stone wash, really great. Let's look at the back side. You can see that clip with the frame lock. It's not a really wide frame lock, so that's nice. It does give you a little clearance. And there's the recessed screws with the clip. Pretty good clearance there. Not bad. It does have a little lanyard hole, so lanyard people rejoice. And there's the big flat grind blade on the back side. All right, so again, here's the full blade if you want to take a look at that. Really nice, I think. Right? I like it. I like it. If you want to see the inside here, let's go ahead and do that. And let's look at the back of the blade with the swedge. No sharp edge. It's not going to be scraping my nail. That's nice. They took care of that. Edge is pretty good, though. I do like that. So very, very cool. Definitely worth considering. I think you should maybe take a look at it. My first impressions are good. This is a first impressions unboxing. It's not a review. Review will be coming. Definitely a good first impression, worth checking out, I think, if you haven't already checked it out. This is something maybe for your consideration. If you like this aesthetic, you like this look, you like this design, I think it comes in this color only. I dig that. I do. I dig that. I like the acid wash, stone wash kind of look. To me, that's kind of cool. So there you go. Very cool. Hey, if you have any questions for the channel, for me, or for this unboxing, maybe questions for the review you'd like to have me answer, please feel free to comment down below. I do try to reply to everyone. I appreciate you guys watching. Want to say thank you. Thank you to all the people who are watching, liking the videos. Man, thank you. Thank you so much. So if you haven't already, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. It really does help the channel out. It allows me to grow, do more things, show up some more of the videos. I'm very appreciative. And if you haven't already, maybe hit the subscribe button. Love to have you subscribe to the channel. Be an honor. And it does help the channel grow and allows me to do more things, produce more content, basically, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you to every one of you. I do very much appreciate you. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button so you can be notified of future content. That's another cool thing. You can find new videos. And then finally, if you're a channel member, thank you to every one of you awesome channel members out there. I sure do appreciate every one of you. I want to tell you that. And if you haven't already, become a channel member, you're thinking about it maybe, you'd like to join in and support this channel, I would love to have you. I'd be honored. It'd be a great honor to have you partner up with the channel and help support the channel and help us to do more things. Thank you. If there's a little link in the description down below if you'd like to do that. Don't feel pressured. I would love to have you. You're always welcome, but I don't want anybody to feel pressured to do so. I do appreciate anyone who wants to. You are greatly appreciated, so thank you. And then also, if you haven't already checked me out over on YouTube, over Rob's Nerdy Knives, Robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Again, that's Robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Y'all have a great day and a great week. Bye.